Hello, friends. Check out Fender Azz bass. Look at that.
Azz Ass.
I'm over here with sweet Lin Crowson.
Hi, y'all.
I used to call him Lin Crowson back in the old days, but it's Lin Crowson.
There's only a couple of people that get to mispronounce my name.
Okay. He's kind enough to do some work on this 63 jazz bass in a very rare original finish. Just kidding.
Well, it's original to Tuesday.
Yeah. Looks like somebody, show on the back with it. Looks like they did the burst with a folded t-shirt lying in the middle. It's quite nice. But the rest of the bass is all there.
That's beautiful. That's
It's
100%
really nice.
how you want that to go.
This place I'm working at here is called, I'm not working. I wish I was working here. Nashville Guitar ER. And this is Lynn's shop. He's got all kind of crazy stuff over here. All these repairs he's been doing. Lynn was the guy that did all the authenticating of the guitars that came into grooms for how long? Lynn?
17 and a half years.
And here's his pickup winding rig where he makes the Diablo pickups that you guys might remember. And Lynn has recently gone on his own. He's got the shop here, and I just wanted to tell you guys about it. What part of town are we in here?
I'm in Madison.
Madison, Tennessee, yeah.
It's a little shop, but it's the little shop that could.
The little shop that could. So if you guys are looking for a place to get some cool work done, this is a place to do it. What do you think about this bass, man?
I think it's just cool enough. Just wacky and wonky enough to be right.
I brought it in here because the original pickups, for some reason, are out of phase. And even though Lynn says all this wiring in here looks original, he figured out probably when they refinished it, somebody pulled the pickups and didn't wire the leads back properly.
Yeah, they pulled the harness all as one thing instead of redoing all of the joints on the harness. They removed the pickups off of the harness at the pickups.
When you're referring to this bass, you have to refer to it as the Azz bass.
The Azz.
Okay, that's the only thing I ask.
Well, I'm Azz Ass. It's not an Azz bass. It's still the Azz Ass.
All right, one last question, then I'll leave you alone. I know you don't like being on video.
Oh, I'm fine with that. It's fine.
In all your years of authenticating amazing guitars at grooms, you were the guy in charge of determining whether all the finishes were original on anything, blah, blah, blah. What is the weirdest thing you ever saw in all those years of looking at the guitars?
Well, I mean, one of the coolest things that stands out is we got a thin line Telecaster, 69 thin line Telecaster that came from factory with a Jazzmaster bridge. And
wow.
The guy bought 2 of them for the band that he was in way back in the day, and his daughter brought them in and showed them to us. I've seen things like 330s with humbuckers. We got a
wow.
It was a 59 Cherry, and it had humbuckers. There was the ES 140, the little bitty 3/4 size.
Yeah.
We got one of those in that had factory PAFs and a Bigsby.
Wow.
Coolest little guitar.
Wow. What about the most heinous abomination of a classic instrument you ever saw in your life by some hillbilly repair guy?
That would probably have to be my Les Paul Jr. or Les Paul Special. It's like a 56, 57, and they decided they wanted a double cut, so they just created a horn on the treble side, and then they put the switch in between the pots, which made it impossible to use. So I rewired it with a master volume, 2 tones, and then where the other volume would go, that's where I put the switch. And then I put a skull in there.
You gotta get that skull.
No, you gotta get a skull in there.
Well, Lynn has refretted some of my instruments and does an amazing job. Unbelievable setup work. If a person wanted to get in touch with you, Lynn, I know you're not really into the social medias and.
Yeah, I do the Instagrams.
You do the Instagram?
Yeah.
So
the Instagrams is probably the easiest way to.
So
to get
just type in your name, Lin, Lynn Crowson,
CROWSON, or I Got Broke Guitars.
I Got Broke Guitars. Okay, cool.
And you can see that that's exactly what they did is they resoldered.
They did it backwards.
And
how did you know which one was wrong?
Well, I don't know which one is wrong yet. I got to pull the other pickup and pull it out and look at it to to see. I mean, I could look at my specs and see which is supposed to be which.
Nice looking swirly toward guard, huh?
That's a good looking guard.
It is, man. All right, Lynn.
Nice
Thanks
looking
for your time.
knobs.
Nice looking knobs, clay dots, the whole bit.
Yeah, see here, we'll show them this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was talking about with everything looking nice in there.
This is what the guts of a 63 Jazz are supposed to look like, according to dear Lynn.
Yeah, they look great.
Everything's there.
So they just unsoldered the grounds to the plates and removed what plates they could, and then
when they did this awesome refin.
Yeah. So the plates under the pickups they removed, but they didn't remove the one that's in the cavity because it's got glazer points holding
How did
it
you
in.
learn all this shit, dude?
Doing it. You know, most of it's just looking at it and seeing. And when stuff started coming in to Groon, when I first started working there, I made sure I looked at it, whether I was working on it or not. I walked by and looked at it. In the downtown, we were all in pretty much two big rooms, so everybody was out together. So it was easy to walk by and check out others' projects and see what was going on. And you know, if there was a guitar that you wanted to check out, it was easy to walk up and, you know, look at it and check it out without feeling like you were in somebody's space, really, because you were out and everything's fine. So, but,
so you just studied. You got all the books.
And I take massive notes.
Yeah.
So on everything, I take notes. Like, here, this is my. This is my pickup binder. So, you know, we've got 59 strats, 60 strats, strat.
You know what I use? The word I would use to describe this? Arcane. You know what it means?
Oh yeah.
Only known to its designer.
Yep.
Yes.
So we got you know, broadcasters, and this is all telecasters, and then we get into P basses, and then we get into Gibsons and P90s, and there's the EB2 bass that I rebuilt, and
unbelievable.
And you get into the K300s and the Red Rhodes pickups and the Hofner basses, and just, you know, so everything that I do, I try to document and notate.
Yes.
And when I went through all of the guitars for Groon, after a while I started keeping up and recording everything. So I took pictures of everything, and I've got a database that has a bunch of pictures on it and all.
What do you look for when you take a neck off an old Fender?
Well,
a lot of people want to know this. Is there a next date stamp on that one?
Yep, March 63A.
March
Well, one of the things that I like to look at is I like to look at the screw holes.
Yeah.
And if you look at the screw holes on the earlier guitars, you can see where they used the chuck of the drill press as their depth stop for drilling that. So you'll see circles around it, where you can see the impression of where it got pushed down. And on the even earlier ones, the broadcasters and the blackguards, they would put a piece of tape over the holes of the screws, so you can see a little bitty void, and sometimes it's triangular. Most times it's just a little rectangular piece that they ripped off. But it was to keep the stuff out of the
guys. Okay, you think the guys at Guitar Center know that?
I don't know what the guitar guys anywhere know. I know what I know. I don't know what anybody else knows. I'll tell you that. But and then there's little things like this, like you got your QC mark right here. That's a good thing that you want to see.
What does that have? QC mark. What does that mean?
Well, it's somebody looked at the neck and said, "Okay, that's fine."
Oh, okay.
It's like when they used to do the Tadeo Gomez at the end, or you know, in the '70s, you see all of the things. That's a QC mark right there. So after somebody did it, instead of writing their name, they just used a punch.
Wow.
And they did that for certain years. You'll see different things. They did it starting about 57, I want to say 56, 57.
I've never
and did it into the mid 60s. But there's a time where they were two holes right here. There's a screwdriver tip point. There's an L bracket. There's a T bracket. There's all sorts of different ones. So I think it was the different QC people had their different punches. And it was before they started using stamps. So in the later 60s, you would also see stamps in the neck pocket where the different QC people would stamp there. So there's probably a guy that did the body, guy that did the finish, or gal, you know.
Okay, last thing, and I'll leave you alone. Like I
All right.
said 5 minutes ago, I dare. This is a serious dare from Uncle Larry
All right.
to prove, not to you. This is to the viewers.
All right.
I dare any viewer out there to come up with any pre-CBS Fender vintage trivia question that Lynn cannot answer. So in the comments, try to stump Lynn.
And if I can't answer it, that's a good thing because I'll learn
Right.
something from it.
Exactly.
You know? And that's I'm never going to stop learning. So I'm not one of those folks that, oh, I know absolutely everything.
Right.
Show me something.
Right.
Teach me something.
Exactly.
I'm going to learn until the day I die.
You're a
Because
good boy.
Well, that's when I'll truly be, I'll truly be a master.
Yes, indeed.
When I breathe my last breath and know everything, I know I will truly be.
Dude, I think you're already there, man. I
Oh
think you're
no,
already there.
there's still stuff to learn. There's people out there that know so much stuff that I don't know,
Yeah.
and know different things that I know. Like
Yeah.
I know apples and they know bananas. So,
Right.
I mean, it's
Exactly. Well, thanks for your time. Thanks for looking at my
Oh, yeah.
shitty bass.
Oh, it's fine.
All right,
This
buddy.
thing's badass.
All right. I'll see you, buddy.
See ya.